What do I do about patients with commitment issues? How to help patients follow up and finish their treatment plans. All right, there's a few things going on here. And one of them, is that, well, let's start with the big one. Shit. I mean, I talk about this a lot. It's a mirror universe. A lot of practitioners have problems with, patient commitment, patient follow through. Yet, at the same time, we need to look at ourselves. How's your commitment? How's your follow through? Are you a decisive person? Do you push your chips in and fucking go for it? Or are you a toe dipper and you just flake around and do all kinds of stuff? How deep have you gone with things? Okay, this is the tough love. We're going to get this out of the way. But I mean, I see behind the curtain on a lot of practitioners, like in their applications for our group and for the program, I'll see a lot of things about what's going on with somebody's psychology and like where are they holding their fear and all that. And it's not so I can judge and poke and shame, right? But it's like I'm making a clinical diagnosis to try to help you grow. And you're here, right? Everybody here has said, I want to grow in some capacity or other. Nobody comes into our group and they're like, I don't know, I'm just here. No, those people don't even get let in, right? I keep this space for people who are actively advancing their situation, right? People who aren't fucking scared of looking in the mirror a little bit. But I see stuff where it's like, what mentorships have you done before? Well, I've been interested in, and they'll just go through the whole list of like 3 or 4 different of these kind of mentor type practitioners. Oh yeah, I like their work, but I never took their mentorship. I like this one, but I never signed up for their like deep dive thing. Like all these people have amazing skill sets and knowledge, and they have like deep dive mentorship tracks. And I'll get practitioners come in who have like skirted around the fucking bushes of somebody's world, taken a few peeks. Wow, looks great. And then they just scamper onto the next thing. And now they're scampering in here with me, right? And believe me, we go deep with what we do here. If you can't do it, you're going to miss out. There's not like I just make these deep trainings because it's like, I like playing with keynote slideshows and hearing myself talk, right? I mean, it's like this stuff, you have to explore these things to a level where it changes how you think and who you are so that you can have different results when you turn around and show back up to your practice. You've got to understand the stuff that we do here with fractal systems, clinical clarity, personal cultivation. I'm looking for people who can go deep. That requires commitment. That requires, I'm not totally certain what's on the other side of this, but I believe in myself and I believe in the fact that I need to do something big, and I believe that here it is. It's an opportunity. This is not by chance accident that I'm here. I'm probably here because I'm meant to be. Something is drawing me in. There's a great group of people. There's a guy who's got a beard and is mildly charming, whatever else, like at least not off-putting. There's some kind of vibe that draws people in. And they can feel it. And they trust it, even though they don't know every single thing, because how are you ever going to know every single thing on the other side of a commitment until you've fucking done it already, right? Guess what? I'm the hardest with myself about this in terms of the mirror universe stuff. I put people through it. I say, well, look at, you have trouble with patient commitment, but you don't fucking commit to anything professionally. You just toe dip around everybody and scamper around. And then you get patients that are toe dippers that scamper off, or they just want to kick your tires about how much your treatments cost or whatever else. I know this sounds really esoteric and like law of attraction or whatever, but you've got to get your fucking shit together with that. Because if you're a toe dipper, you're going to attract toe dippers. And at the very minimum, when people come up that are real, that are committed, they're going to sense that you're a toe dipper. And patients come in, they want to commit to treatment, and they want to feel like they're coming into somebody with a fucking leadership skills that's not going to just flake off and do whatever. And they can tell. And it's not worth investing in themselves with you if they don't trust that you're the kind of person that can stick around and see them through the treatment. Right? So how we show up in different areas of I told you this is like the tough love part. How we show up in different areas of our lives, personally and professionally, it all kind of bleeds into itself, and it creates an aura of resonance. And our patients, our prospective patients, our current patients, they can feel that. They know if you're for real or not. They know if you're a fucking flake. So stop being a flake. Commit to something. Dive in. Go deep. Guess what happens? When you go deep enough on something, a lot of these problems sort themselves out. There is shit beyond there's like the initial learning curve where everything's all fun and exciting. And that's where everybody loves a new hobby, a new pursuit, a new clinical pearl, whatever. It's like, yay, the honeymoon phase. And then we jump to the next thing and the next thing. But if you stick with something long enough, you get off that learning curve and the dopamine changes, right? We don't get all this fast feedback anymore. It's like it's starting to get real. It's turning from honeymoon to like a long haul type relationship with a certain material, a lineage, a teacher, a community, whatever it is. It's those people who stick it out through that find all this deeper stuff. You don't get it by just like digging a little. It's not going to happen. You got to kind of put yourself in one place and commit and go through a process. That stuff changes you. It just does. It just does. And a lot of these problems of like, oh, patients won't commit. Well, start with the mirror. Have you committed, right? Have you committed to studying your medicine in a way that's actually going to give you some fruits, not just jumping around from pearl to pearl? This is part of what I'm doing with clinical clarity, is taking that to the next level and going, okay, we can thread all the pearls. Everything you've ever collected and gathered from everywhere, right? CEU seminars, mentors, gurus, fucking Shanghan Lun study groups, whatever you're doing, anything you found that's valid, we can start to thread that and create a treatment algorithm bespoke to you and your demographic and your niche that's going to have all this amazing stuff on it. But now you've gone deep, you got your shit together. And once you do that, people can just feel it. The patients come in, they want somebody who's committed to them, right? They're going to feel it. They know, because you're committed. You've got a process, like the way you talk, the way you command the information. They just know. It just comes off you. They go, oh, this person's not fucking around. He's a pro. She's a pro. I'm lucky I found this person. You set the tone, and now you've got patient commitment and follow-up. You're not fucking trying to make them follow up. Hey, excuse me, did you forget to do the next appointment? Because I really want you to get... It's not that. They're like, oh my God, I'm lucky to be here. How'd I ever find you? It's a different... The balance shifts. You carry yourself differently. It's a presence thing. But you can't fake it. You gotta earn it. You gotta do the work of it. And it's not easy. And it's not sexy. And nobody pats you on the back for it. That's actually one of the reasons why I've created a culture here, because a lot of the stuff we do, man, it's so fucking powerful, but it takes time to incubate. It does. We'll have people coming in, they join the program, and I just had at Summit, we were just talking about this, and there's one of our members is like, it's been 9 months and I've just now finally picked a niche. Dude, don't beat yourself up. All that slow burn shit that was going on that helped you arrive at that decision had to happen. Had to happen. You can't rush it. And in the meantime, while you're trying to do that, nobody's like, there's no cheerleading squad going, yeah. You're making small decisions that are going to eventually lead you to pick a niche, right? It's the feedback. It's got to be totally, you got to be totally internally motivated, because you don't get external feedback, right? It's one of the reasons why I created this group, is so actually people can start to see, like our annual members or Summit members, we know what that is. And we can actually start to give feedback because we're on the same fucking path. And it's a rare path. Not a lot of people want to walk this. So when somebody can start to see what you can see, they can actually see the work you did to get there. And it's like, nice job. Thanks for noticing. I thought nobody saw. Most people didn't. Most people can't. Most people have no idea the depths that we're going to. The thankless work, right? The bamboo, this is the metaphor they use, like business people, like the bamboo puts roots in for like 4 or 5 years. When you plant bamboo, nothing happens. It's flat fucking ground. And there's just silently, quietly, this bamboo is just underground. And then on that 5th year, all of a sudden, wham, bamboo shoots up, right? Out of nowhere. Overnight success, right? But it's because it's been brewing, doing its thing. Underground processes happening, intentional things, long-term thinking. That's what the bamboo does. And then all of a sudden, and now what do we get? Once bamboo goes, it goes, man. That's one of the most sustainable things. It can grow back really fast. But it's because it spends time just coiling up its springs underground. Thankless work. It's thankless. So that's part of what we do here, right? Is I'm bringing this, I'm like, okay, here is the thankless work. I'll even walk you through it. There it is. And now you've got a support community where everybody's doing the same kind of stuff. And we're like, dude, this is fucking, it's real deal. Yes, it is. But you're doing the owl work. You're doing it smart. And before long, you're going to have momentum around what you're building, and it's going to start to pop. And you're going to be so glad, your future self is going to be so glad that that you're making the right moves, that you're doing these things with a long-term eye. So, yeah, that requires like a committed personality, you know? And yeah, you're going to be nervous or scared, or there's going to be uncertainty. No shit, right? If uncertainty is a deal breaker for you, this is not the place for you. We're aligned to reality here. Like, there is no world aligned to reality where we just get certainty and growth all the time. It doesn't happen. Every opportunity for growth comes with uncertainty. That's just how it works. Anything else is fantasy land. So there's one, right? There's my my concise little answer here. How do I help patients follow up and finish their treatment plans? Become committed. yourself. Let that radiate off of you. They'll feel it. The right people will be severely attracted to that because you're going to stick out in a world full of fucking flakes that half-ass everything. And I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. If this has been you up until this point, toe dipping around, sniffing the flowers around everybody's wonderful world, but not fucking diving in, something's got to change, right? And it's okay to become a new person. It's okay to become a new version of yourself. That's what we do here. It's worth it.